A Tale of Locomotives, Season 1, Episode 1, Ironclad's heavy haul image, opening, the yard before motion. A massive rail yard wakes under early morning haze. Engines idle, steel clicks, air brakes breathe in rhythm. At the centre stands Ironclad, UPSD 70AH1, silent, unmoving, focused. Beside him now sits a second, Fred, UPS 44A, calm, relaxed, but fully aware of everything happening around him. Fred breaks the silence first. Open quote, heavy assignment, close quote. Ironclad replies without turning. Open quote, heavy enough to matter, close quote. Fred gives a small hum of approval. Open quote, good, I was getting bored, close quote. Mission assignment, 2 leaders, 1 train. A long freight haul is assigned. Heavy cargo, difficult route, strict deadline. Most engines in the yard react differently. Rocky gets competitive, Noah jokes about needing snacks for the trip, Flo quietly studies the route, Leslie and Gip analyse the load like engineers. But the tone changes when Ironclad speaks. Open quote, we move as one consist, no mistakes, close quote. Fred adds casually, open quote, and no panic. Panic slows trains down more than hills do, close quote. That line settles everyone. Even Ironclad glances slightly, approving. Departure. The double backbone begins. The freight train begins rolling. Ironclad leads the front. Fred runs in perfect sync behind support position. 2 different energies perfectly balanced. Ironclad equals discipline and control. Fred equals confidence and stability. Together they make the train feel unstoppable. Rocky tries to push power early. Fred immediately calls out, open quote, easy. Save it for when the track actually fights back. Close quote. No argument. Just agreement. Mid-route. The climb. The train reaches a steep grade. Wheels strain. Weight presses down. Some engines in the consist begin to stress. Ironclad stays steady. Open quote. No sudden moves. Fred watches the consist carefully. Open quote. We're fine. Just don't let anyone panic up there. Close quote. Rocky grunts. Open quote. I don't panic. Close quote. Open quote. You speed panic. It's different. Close quote. A few engines quietly laugh. Even Ironclad's tone softens slightly. Open quote. Focus. Close quote. Pressure moment. The slipper section of wheels slips slightly. Alarm rises across the consist. Fred immediately responds. Open quote. Traction drop. Adjusting rhythm. Close quote. Open quote. Do it. Close quote. No hesitation. No chaos. Fred's calm control stabilizes the train almost instantly. Rocky watches impressed. Open quote. All right. That was smooth. Close quote. Open quote. It always is, if you don't overthink it. Night Hall. Brotherhood in motion. The train stretches across dark terrain. Only headlights cut through the night. Ironclad remains the leader at the front. Fred acts as the stabilizing force behind him. Their dynamic becomes clear. Ironclad makes decisions. Fred keeps everything grounded. At one point, Noah radios in. Open quote. You two make this look easy. Close quote. Fred replies, open quote. It's not easy. We just don't complain about it. Close quote. Ironclad adds, open quote. He does. Just quietly. Close quote. A rare moment. Even Fred chuckles. Arrival. Controlled victory. The freight arrives at its destination. Smooth. No incidents. No delays. Engines breathe out exhaustion. Ironclad. Open quote. Cargo delivered. Close quote. Open quote. On schedule. No drama. Perfect haul. Close quote. Ironclad glances at him. Open quote. Acceptable outcome. Close. Fred smirks slightly. Open quote. That's your version of a compliment. Close quote. Ironclad. Open quote. Don't get used to it. Close quote. Final shot. The 2 locomotives sit side by side. Steel giants under fading night sky. Not rivals, not equals, but something stronger. A balanced command team. Cut to black. Episode theme. Leadership is shared, not carried alone. Calm confidence beats panic. Strength works best in balance. Brotherhood on the rails.